Hey everybody, Jess here with Key Tarot. I'm just going to do a real quick general reading. I'm so happy to see you guys. Thank you all for letting me read your cards for you today. Let's say a quick blessing and we will find out who this is for, all right? Holy Spirit, thank you for being with us here today and in every breath that we take. We ask that these messages be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. All righty, you guys are wonderful. I'm going to start with this Tarot of Wonderland by Barbara Moore. Boop. Bottom of the deck, I got the Six of Swords. Ooh, okay. All right, I'm gonna leave that one in. So basically I have someone, oh, wow, someone who's been through a recent ending, like a recent breakup. The Ten of Swords is the minor arcana of the Death card for me as a reader. And it can indicate kind of an on again, off again relationship because, you know, 9 times wasn't good enough. Let's go ahead and stab it in the back one more time. It's kind of like the Julius Caesar energy. This Six of Swords is the energy of physical relocation, getting yourself out of a bad situation and moving on to something better. And with this Sun card, that's the card of Leo. That's someone who, and I just got chills on the right side of my body, someone who's healing a lot right now. It's very healthy, very good. The Sun is a card of coming out of depression. It's very much yang energy, divine masculine energy. It's a lot of positive, good vibes. It's called the happiest card in the deck. Yeah, this is something, somebody's moving on to something much better, much healthier for themselves. Nicely done. Oh, and quite honestly, whoever I'm reading for, this is a lot of positive vibes coming towards you. Now that you have extracted yourself from whatever this was over here, and I don't even know if we want to talk about it yet, but we might. I'm just going to push it over there. I have this Three of Wands, which for me is kind of the minor arcana of the Magician card. This is a card of manifestation. This is an energy of, I sent ahead for it. How much longer is it going to take? Sometimes it's called the Amazon Prime card. Yeah. You've planned a lot for your future. You didn't know you planned for it, but you planned for yourself to be in this position. You planned to put yourself in this position. You didn't even realize what you were doing. You may have spent a long time over here in this situation over here that I pushed to the side, this Ten of Swords energy. And obviously you did, because it went on for so long that it came to a point where you couldn't deny the toxicity of it any longer. You had to get yourself out. It feels like you did that, or you're currently doing it now. Now, what I don't think you realize is that while you were sitting over there and for however long, subconsciously and maybe even consciously, you'd been making plans for the future, and you've gotten yourself into a position where you're about to experience a lot of positive benefits from all of that. And it comes from you being brave enough to remove yourself from that and to move on to something that's better for yourself. That takes confidence. That takes confidence in yourself. Very much Leo energy here, knowing that you're worth it. Your life is worth it. Your family, your friends, whoever, your career, whatever it is worth it. That takes bravery. I love this. Okay, now you're going to come to a point where you're going to get tired. Yeah, because I've got this Five of Cups energy, and this is someone who feels like they have to give up. This is someone who's about to give up on a situation. This is, don't give up on yourself. If you are planning to do something, maybe a new career, maybe a new home, a new love life, something like that, trust me, you deserve it. There's someone here this is hard. It's hard to do this. It's hard to be brave. It's hard to be strong. It's hard to have the physical and the emotional fortitude to get yourself out of a bad situation and move into something better for yourself. And there's someone here who's saying, I don't know if I can do it anymore. You can. Yes, you can. Four of Cups. This is okay. This is kind of like the Achilles heel, or your kryptonite, so to say, right? There's an energy of loneliness that comes from this state. You may have been in a bad relationship for a long time, and it's one thing to get yourself out of it and to move on. But once you're in the new location, there's an energy of, first of all, having to do it all on your own. And then there's also an energy of loneliness here that can kind of creep in. And I can't help but note that this Five of Cups and this Four of Cups, they're both very much focused on the Three of Cups still, which is kind of this past energy. There could have been a third party situation here that you got yourself involved in, or someone else got you involved in. You may be still a little bit sensitive to that. You may still be remorseful, regretful, or angry. But there's an energy of loneliness and self-isolation that comes from this Four of Cups energy. And I encourage you to not stay stuck in that for very long. Okay, I'm going to get a lot more. Yeah, I'm going to use this one because this one's already yapping over here. And I have this Wheel of Fortune. This is such good news. Now, it comes out on its side. And when I have a card that comes out on its side from me as a reader, this means that you are the person who's in charge of either turning it into the upright position or into the reverse. Now, this Wheel of Fortune, that's Sagittarius energy, but it's kind of the wheel of karma. And it feels like you're at a time right now where you're manifesting a lot of good things for your future, whether you know it or not. In fact, you already have started that, right? For some time. Once you moved on from this situation, you already started this karmic wheel turning. You may be feeling like you don't have the energy for it anymore. You may have started this whole new life and then you look around and you're like, well, what the hell have I got myself into now? I thought it was bad before. Is this going to be worse? Kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And the whole time feeling somewhat isolated and feeling kind of like you're having to do all of this on your own. Do not fret. This is an energy of change. You know, what goes up must come down, right? And the wheel is always turning. The Wheel of Fortune lets us know that however much good energy you put into something, or bad energy for that matter, how much energy you put into it is what you're going to get out of it for the most part. Yeah. Oh gosh, I love you. All right, now I'm going to grab another deck here and clarify a little bit further. I have this devil hanging out here and the Tower under that. Fine. The Devil is the card of Capricorn, but I feel like you've turned your back on a bad situation that was pretty toxic. It's pretty ugly, pretty bad. This could have been an abusive situation. This could have been physically, emotionally, verbally, mentally abusive. And something happened here. There was a Tower moment where you knew you had to get yourself out. And you may have not been alone in this. You may have had children. You may have had friends or family that were also caught up in this toxicity, and you knew you had to get out. You knew you had to get everybody to safety. And if that is your case, good job, you. I mean, I feel like I have somebody here who's kind of kicking themselves for staying longer than they should have. There may have been a lot of damage done in this situation, but hey, you know what? We make the choices we make when we make the choices we make them. And sometimes it takes a while for us to learn our lessons, and don't beat yourself up over it. If it took you a little too long to extract yourself from that, because if you were in an abusive relationship of any kind, you have to understand that sometimes that the whole situation is not going to be clear for several years. There's a lot of healing that has to be done here for you to fully understand why you got into that situation, how you got into that situation, and why and how you ended up staying so long. But now that you're on the other side of it, there can be a certain amount of guilt that comes from leaving, and there's an energy of isolation of, well, now I'm alone. A lot of times people get themselves into abusive relationships because of a fear of being alone, a fear that they're not going to be able to do it on their own. So I encourage you to not go back to this situation, because as you can see, it was already 10 swords deep. Do we need more? I don't think we do. All right. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This could have been in your work life. This could also have been romantic life. Somebody turned the tables on you. Somebody, it became very clear that this was not going to work, that this was not going to be a situation where you were on the same page, that you were in the right place with the same, that you were never going to be good partners with this person or in this situation. It was never going to flow right. It was never going to work. It took you a long time to make this decision. It took you a very long time. I feel like someone has guilt for it taking so long for them to leave. And please don't beat yourself up about it, because there's a lot of clouded thoughts that come when you are in a toxic relationship of any kind. There's a lot of gaslighting that happens. I feel like someone here may have had to leave a situation almost while someone's back was turned. This is the Devil card, right? This is Capricorn energy. But it feels, this is the vice versa tarot. It's printed on both sides. But this is someone who had to almost sneak away while no one was watching. Oh. I have the High Priestess. And it comes out in the reverse on the back side of it, right? And the High Priestess is the card of Pisces, but this is this is the intuitive. This is someone who's very psychically developed, someone who has a real gut instinct for what is happening. But for you, if this was your story, the way you got yourself into this was by ignoring the red flags that happened early on. This is what I was trying to illustrate, I guess, with this energy of toxicity, is when you get yourself into these situations, it doesn't happen overnight. You don't get into a physically abusive relationship where you go out with somebody and they punch you in the face on your first date. Like, you would never date that person again. These are things that happen slowly. They chip away at you over time. And all of a sudden, because you ignored all the red flags for so long, you found yourself kind of at the bottom of a well and not able to claw yourself out somehow. And there's all this guilt about waiting too long to leave. I mean, and like I said, nobody said you're supposed to live nobody gave you an instruction book. You didn't get like the Cliff's Notes to life ever. And so please don't judge yourself harshly for it taking a while for you to understand what was happening. It's not your fault. And I hear somebody saying, yeah, but it's my fault that I stayed so long. Well, you may have felt like you had other responsibilities. You may have felt tied in some way. There it is. I saw this card earlier as well. Oh, I've got such good information for what's coming for you too. Oh, I'm so excited. More about this though. This is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the energy of waiting. And when we have it in the reverse, this is somebody who waited too long. Okay, we already said that. Yeah, you're aware. You've lived it. If this is your story, sure. So I'm going to slide all this over here because I see what's happened in the past. And I see that you've made changes. I see that you've moved on from whatever this is. And I see... Oof. There's someone that still kind of has a hold on you energetically. I get that. You may be moving into a new home soon with this Ten of Pentacles. This can be a windfall of money. This can be a promotion at work. This can be stability coming back into your life, and that goes with this Six of Swords. I feel like you're moving towards that. I have the Hanged Man on here, which is and I got the World under that, and I got the Ace. Oh my goodness, it just won't quit. Hold on. And there's your Four of Cups. Okay, good. Stop. So I feel like you're waiting to see good things come into your life, and at this point you're not really sure what you're supposed to do. I feel like I have someone here who has gotten themselves out of a bad situation, but now they're sitting in it in a new life, moving towards this new life, and they're not sure what's going to come next. And I feel like there's somebody who's kind of almost in a panic, like, well, now I'm alone. Now I have all these responsibilities all on my shoulders, and there's no one here to help me. And sure, that this other situation was horrible and awful, and I left it because it was horrible and awful, but now I'm alone and I don't know how to manage. This Hanged Man is an energy of waiting for someone maybe to come along and help, or it can be waiting for divine inspiration to strike, you know. But I have to tell you, with the World card here, this is someone who's leaving a major portion of their lives. The World card is a cycle in your life. It's the last card in the major arcana of tarot, right? It's number 21. And we have to reach this point before we can wrap back around to the number 0, which is the Fool. And I feel like you've about got yourself there. You've about got yourself to a brand new beginning. It's just tying up these loose ends. Remember, I said this person still has some kind of energetic hold on you here. There's like a waiting of release, like waiting to be released from something, waiting for funds to be released is what I was hearing. You may be waiting on a settlement, but okay, hold on. And there's a lot of anxiety and stress and worry about it, and there's this fear that this other person's going to come back from beyond and have to win. The 5 of Swords is an energy of defeat. There's an energy of have to win at all costs. And there's someone who's very worried about that. Now, all right, and I've got the 3 of Swords there, which is that energy of a breakup, and this 4 of Swords, which is someone who's basically burned down a situation that was bad to begin with. As you can see, the 4 of Swords, this person is regretful, and they can see the city burning in the background, and they know there's not a darn thing they can do about it, right? I feel like you've completely removed your heart from this other person. There may just be some loose ends to tie up still, perhaps legally, perhaps energetically. Sometimes people can have a hold on us even when we're not in contact with them. Now, I'll tell you, despite where you're at right now, you have a lot of, well, you've got self-love coming in for you with this Ace of Cups, and you actually have a new partnership coming towards you with this 2 of Cups. And I have the Hierophant here, which is a card of marriage. It's a card of Taurus, but it's also a card of commitment and a card of contracts. Whoever you are, fairly quickly, and let me see if I can kind of get an idea of when this is going to shift for you, because I know that you're sick of being where you are. Somebody's like, yeah, I don't know how many times I can organize my closet. I don't know how many times I can clean the kitchen. Like, somebody's waiting on something to begin. I've got this 9 of Pentacles out here in the reverse. There's an energy of codependency when we talk about the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. The 9 of Pentacles is the minor arcana of the Empress. You may possibly be overindulging in substances to try to kind of calm your nerves, or to just kind of coat that anxiety and stress that we have here. Anxiety and stress is like mental imprisonment. You may be kind of running away from dealing with other people right now, because there's an energy of insecurity in every way. Physical insecurity, emotional insecurity, mental insecurity, all the insecurities, right? And that's okay. I think if you have children, focus on your children. If you, I mean, you're obviously not asking me for advice. I'm supposed to just read your cards, but there's someone who may have been neglecting their children a little bit, not neglecting, but maybe so focused on their own emotional issues. And I can see how you would be here, no judgment, right? But focus on your children, refocus on that, refocus on those responsibilities that really mean so much to you. Probably the reason why you left this situation in the first place. Refocus on that. That's going to help you. Okay. There's somebody here who may have gotten a little bit too bogged down in, so the 4 of Cups can be someone who's a little bit mopey and a little bit self-absorbed. No shade. I mean, it happens to all of us, right? Self-absorption, it does. And it happens a lot of times when you go through major stress, major trauma, and you feel like no one is going to understand what I'm going through, and I don't want to admit the truth about what I've gone through, and so I'm just going to self-isolate. And that self-isolation can drive someone into a state of well, codependency here on possibly substances, or just kind of being a little too focused on your own emotions. Yeah, that's okay. It happens. You got the Four of Cups out there twice. I feel like you're going to move out of that energy probably within the next couple of weeks, and that's going to come with this Wheel of Fortune. It feels like within the next 4 weeks, you're going to see a real shift in your life as far as how much energy you have, and that is when we have this it's almost like radical self-love that comes in for you, that's very noticeable to other people. The Ace of Cups, yes, it can be about a new end. Somebody may be going through divorce here, just incidentally. But radical self-love, this Ace of Cups is someone, you can't, it can mean a new relationship coming towards you, but we can't have that, and certainly can't have a healthy new relationship coming towards you until you love yourself. And you're like, yeah, what does that really mean? I know. It really means connecting with a higher power. It means connecting with your higher self. Who am I? What is right for me? What will I accept? What will I no longer accept, right? And I feel like in about a month, and this is happening quickly for someone because someone just left a bad situation. I feel like you're going to be surprised when this new person kind of shows up here for you, and it may lead to marriage. It may lead to a very solid commitment with someone who matches you. Now, here's the key. This person is going to match you because we've got the Ace of Cups that moves into the Two of Cups. And so if you want to attract a healthy partnership, you first have to offer a healthy cup yourself, right? Both of these individuals are offering cups of love, yes, to one another. But if one of them's only halfway full because they're so depleted, somebody's always going to be thirsty, right? We don't want that. We don't want a thirsty relationship here. We want a healthy relationship. And there's someone that's coming into view here for you, probably in about a month, who is going to be wanting to partner with you. And you are going to have to, it's going to be your responsibility to offer a full and healthy self to them. In order to do that, there is healing that's already happening for you. You've already done the hard work. You're just real scared about it. That's okay. And I mean, that's like the story of life, right? And it feels like because of that, you're propelling yourself rather quickly into a very happy place, You're tying up all these loose ends that need to be tied up. You're still kind of waiting on some things to come through. Like I said, maybe a settlement, possibly a divorce. And you're still very worried that this person is going to come and try to stab you one more time with that Ten of Swords energy. But there's someone here who is very divinely guided towards you and you towards them. And quite honestly, this Star card is someone who's about to embark on a whole brand new path for themselves. The Star is the card of Aquarius, and it is you see how they're typically depicted with the water and the land, meaning that they can blend both. It's kind of like the metaphysical and the physical worlds coming together. It's a blessing. There are unique talents that you have to give to the world. There's an energy of being afraid of not being accepted for those talents. Don't be afraid. If there's something that you do, please let your freak flag fly. Nobody wants another square peg to fit in a square hole. No, we really, really want you to stand out and just shine. You have so many unique blessings that are so good for so many people. Share those gifts, whatever they are. Get out there, share yourself with other people, share your story if you're so inclined. You are given the life path you are given so that you can learn from it, but also at times so you can help others on their paths as well. You're very gifted, and you're about to see these talents really come through and these blessings really come through. You're going to have a lot of friends and family reaching out to you in the near future, wanting to be friends with you, wanting to partner with you, wanting to work with you. And you're going to be surprised. These are going to be people that you turned your back on, or that turned their back on you some time ago. People just coming out of the woodwork wanting to reacquaint themselves with you. Waiting until the time was right to reacquaint themselves with you. I'm so glad. This is my favorite card to get. Oh, and that one's good too. I got the Ace of Pentacles. I got the Ace of Wands. So if you're starting a new project, if you're starting a new career path, if you're starting anything new, you're doing the right thing. Absolutely 100%. You can take it to the bank. This Ace of Pentacles is my favorite card to get in any reading. And this Ace of Wands is a brand new, very creative, fresh start. But this Ace of Pentacles is something you can sink your teeth into. It's something you can invest in. It's an investment in yourself. This is an investment in something that is going to be profitable for you. Stop worrying that you're not going to be good enough. Trust me, you are. And this relationship that's coming towards you, whether it's romantic, whether it's a friendship, whether it is a business partnership, this is going to be perfect. Perfect. I'm so happy for you. This is such a good situation. I'm very, very happy for you. It's going to be very reciprocal. And look, there's the sun again. Hooray. I always know it's time to end whenever we start with one card and then we end with the other one. That's very good. This sun card is again the card of Leo, but you've got a new day dawning and you're just unaware of how wonderful it's going to be. It's just coming up. It's just creeping up over the side of the mountain, right? There's an energy of healing. There's an energy of friendship here as well. It's just kind of like full steam ahead, but really it's just getting through like the next month or so. And it's kind of getting over these doubts that you have in your mind. Am I good enough? Is this going to work? Yes, it is. Yes, you are. You're blessed, so blessed. That star card is an energy of blessings coming towards you. You've done the hard work. Now it's just kind of picking up the pieces and healing your mind and your physical body, calming those nerves and accepting that this is your new pathway. It's a good one. You have partnership coming in. You have self-love coming in. I love it. Very good. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Please don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button, all that stuff. I appreciate you all. I will catch up with you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.